And with the first pick of the 2014 MLS Super Draft, the Philadelphia Union pick a member of Generation Adidas and the University of Connecticut, goalkeeper Andre Blake.
All right, welcome back to Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. We really appreciate your support throughout the year. And at this one of our last episodes for the year, we have a very, very special guest with us. First of all, sir, let me congratulate you on being named 2020 Goalkeeper of the Season. Really phenomenal feat. And this is what, your second time winning it now, right?
Yeah.
All right, so really great job there. Today we have with us none other than the national goalkeeper, also member of Philadelphia Union, Andre Blake. How are you doing, Andre?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. We have a few questions for you today. But before I delve into it, I realize that you don't really do a lot of interviews, and as such, we only get to see you if you're playing on the MLS stage or if you're representing the Reggae Boyz locally or internationally. Is there something up with that, or you just haven't been given the opportunity?
Not really, I'm just one of those persons where if I'm not playing or anything, I'm just, somewhere chilling out, just, living a normal life, going about my everyday business, So I guess that's a part of why.
All right. I think that's really commendable as well. And I can see that you're an extremely humble individual, which I admire personally, and I think it has contributed significantly as well to where you reached in football. No, I did my research and I realized that it started at Mapen Primary. You went on to the Acosta Cup, you went on to college football or soccer, as folks in the United States may say, and then you got drafted into the MLS. You were also the first goalkeeper to be drafted as number one pick. So that's really an excellent feat as well. Having achieved all this at such a young age, my question to you today is, how do you stay grounded?
Well, for me, maybe it's just a part of who I am. But I know that, at any given moment, things can change. And for me, I realize that the more humble you are, the more focused you are, the more you can achieve. You don't really have time to really get too caught up in what you have. You're more busy about trying to find ways to improve and to get better. So for me, that's just it. I have the passion for what I do. And for me, it's just about fulfilling my goal and being an inspiration to the younger generation and also to people around me. And as I said before, I'm just always busy trying to find ways to get better and to keep improving. So, yeah.
That's really good, and I understand the standpoint that you're coming from, but also you came from the tip of the grassroots in layman's term, and now you're literally at the top of the Burj Khalifa. How would you describe your footballing journey? Because you've basically dipped your toe in all the different levels going up to the MLS where you are now. Tell us something about your journey.
Yeah, for me, all those little building blocks, all those steps in between, I think they were necessary. For me, those really helped me to grow and to mature into the person I am today, because for me, struggles really build character, and those struggles, they can either make you or break you, and you're gonna decide, you can get knocked down, but if you decide that every time you get knocked down, you're gonna get up and keep going, then nothing can really stop you. So for me, it was really important to go through the different phases in life, and to kind of use them as stepping stone and to know that for me, it's always about going forward. So every time I want to keep making progress and transitioning forward. So to be able to come up through the system and through the ranks, I think it is very important and kind of help you to build that solid foundation that you can always fall back on whenever you need it.
Right. And what do you think was the most challenging part transitioning from college soccer into Major League Soccer?
Well, for me, it was challenging both mentally and physically, in the sense that you're going into the pro league. No, it's more about you're going to be exposed. The little things that you can do that you used to get away with in college, now they're going to be magnified. And you're playing with smarter players, you're playing with more mature players, more experienced players, the speed of play. So now you have to be more quick thinking and all of that. So for me, that was a big challenge to get up to that standard. But the aim was to always challenge myself and to always get better. But it was also a challenge for me mentally, because after being drafted number one, I thought I was going to go in and play, and I didn't play for the first 2.5 years. And I did two knee surgeries during that time, so it was definitely a tough time. I had my share of downs, and I had things that I had to battle through. But for me, I always say, don't get bitter, get better. So that's my main philosophy that I always use in tough times. So yeah.
All right. You spoke about being under the magnifying glass. Having played a little bit of football back in my day, I know that being a goalkeeper, your mistakes are under the microscope more than any other player, because more often than not, your mistakes lead to goals, or change how games are decided. So how do you stay focused on your game, especially after a blunder?
Yeah, I mean, soccer is a very mental sport as much as physical, and I think for goalkeepers, I want to say goalkeeping is probably 70% mental, and then actually the 30, 70, 30. So the other 30% is the physical aspect of the game. So I mean, you just have to, you can't worry. You just have to train and believe in your training and know that, keep a clear head and stay positive, and to just believe in your training. And when you go out there, you don't worry about anything. You just go out there and have fun, because it can be very pressuring. Because if you miscontrol a ball, it could end up in the back of the net. If you go out for a cross and you don't get it, it's in the back of the net. If there's a 50-50 challenge and you're a second late, the ball is in the back of the net. So like, you don't have the luxury of being able to make a mistake and know that, okay, there's somebody behind you to bail you out. No, that's not. But I mean, it's the life. It comes with the position. I chose the position, or the position chose me, whichever one you want to say. But it is what it is, and you just have to find ways to stay focused, to keep a clear head, and to just trust your instincts and believe in your training.
All right. Thank you so very much for shedding some light on that for the young goalkeepers coming up. Most persons, they try playing outfield and then they resort to being a goalkeeper if that doesn't work out, because they just want to be a part of the game. But there are others who are hell bent on being a goalkeeper from the onset. And I think based on what I saw and how you've been playing throughout the years, goalkeeping really chose you, Mr. Lee. Um, your accolades are too many to name, but you're quite decorated. So I'm gonna go out on a limb now and ask you, because I know there must be a whole lot of different moments that you can allude to. But I'm gonna ask anyway. What is your most memorable moment in football or soccer, whichever one you wanna call it?
Well, I'm a team person. I've won multiple goalkeeper of the year golden gloves. If you're talking about college, I did 3 years in college, three golden gloves. MLS is back tournament, Gold Cup, Caribbean Cup. But for me, I'm a team person, and I'm gonna have to say, winning the supporter shield with the Philadelphia Union this year is simply the most memorable moment of my soccer career thus far. And yeah, it's something I'll definitely cherish for a long, 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 long time. Forever, forever.
Yeah, that's really good. I saw that Philadelphia Union, they had a really good year, and I hope it will continue over into next season as well. Well, on a lighter note, Mr. Blake, I'm seeing that you're wearing a Manchester United jersey. so so I'm gonna ask you a little bit about the English Premier League. I know it's an off season. You've been paying attention to what's been happening. So for the viewers, I want you to give your prediction for this season in the English Premier League and give us an idea of what you think is happening with your club, Manchester United, as things are now.
I wish I could say Manchester United is going to win, but I want to be realistic. It's not impossible, but I don't think they are consistent enough right now or showing that level of consistency to win the league. Obviously, it's football and things can change real quick. But to be honest, I think this year is wide open. I don't think this year is going to be one of those years where you have a runaway leader. I
Uh,
think it's wide open where one week you feel like Liverpool and then the other week you say wow this looks like maybe Chelsea or but I think it's wide open and I think it's way too early to even make any predictions, but I hope Manchester United can get the job done. So fingers crossed.
All right, fingers crossed. Let's hope Mr. Solskjaer can take you over the line, especially with the Jaeger between the sticks. No, I'm gonna leave you to it now, but my final question of the evening. You've been a phenomenal goalkeeper throughout the years. You're a role model for hundreds of thousands of youngsters playing the sport, and I want to hear your viewpoint on this because this has been a question that's been floating around for a number of months now. So goalkeeping especially, there's some stuff that you can't teach. You can't teach reflexes. You can sharpen your reflexes, but you can't teach that. So that's innate, that's instincts, right? So I want to hear what you think. With all the success that you've had, what contributed more? Was it hard work or was it talent?
I'm gonna have to say it's hard work, but for me they really go hand in hand because I think I have the talent. At some point, as I said earlier in the interview, maybe goalkeeping shows me. But I've seen so many talent go to waste. I've seen so many, because I can go out and say maybe I'm not even the most talented goalkeeper in Jamaica, but I have what I have, and I do what I do. But I think I was able to recognize early enough that talent alone does not get the job done. And then for me, I think that's one of the biggest things for me that with the talent that I have and how hard I work, that's what really gets me to where I am right now because most times people with talent, they kind of lay back and depend on that talent. And then sometimes they're only robbing themselves. And then sometimes you have people who don't have enough talent working so hard, but they still can't really do what the person with the talent does. So if you can really have that talent and then have the mindset and the attitude and the mentality to work as hard as somebody who does not have any talent, you can do wonders. And I think that's the Messis and the Ronaldos. They have like talent out of this world, but do you see how hard Ronaldo work? You know what I mean? So for me, I think it's they go hand in hand. But for me, I think it's just so hard I am able to work, even knowing that, I have a bit of talent and I don't just rely on the talent, but I really push myself. I think that's what. So if I could choose, or if I could say, I wouldn't single out one, but I would say that with the talent that I have, the hard work is what really get me to where I'm at right now. Because I don't think if I didn't have very good work ethics and work very hard, I don't think I would be where I'm at today or even achieve half as much as what I have achieved over my career.
All right, well said. In closing, do you have any advice for the youngsters who are big role models of you?
Yeah, I mean, just work hard, set your goals, don't look left, don't look right. Just stay locked in on your goals. Don't worry about the next person or how long it might take. You just focus on your progress. And as I said before, set your goals, write them down, and just go for it, keep believing, and never give up, no matter what.
All right, thank you so very much. There you have it. The man himself, the goalkeeping phenomenon, the remarkable, the marvelous. All these adjectives still don't describe him in person. Andre Blake, 2020 MLS Goalkeeper of the Year. Thanks once more for tuning into Halftime TV. Naranda Brown here saying, until next time.